Man. So Little Durk has been arrested on murder for hire charges. He's been picked up in Florida. Before Little Durk gets picked up, several OTF affiliates and members, I'll say all allegedly, were picked up on similar charges prior. I think Little Durk knew that this was coming. We've seen a lot of the pushing for peace movement by Little Durk. We all hear and remember sentiments from like King Von, like ain't no squash the beef until we dead and all that. Like ain't never squashing nothing. Why would I believe any different from Little Dirk? And then he has lost loved ones in this whole war, the BD and GDs, the whole war of Chirac and all that. His brother D Thing and other affiliates and other friends and family along the way. And then of course King Von. They say when this much blood has been spilt and this much has happened, there is no squashing of the beef, right? But the whole pushing of the peace that we've seen from Little Dirk, we want to believe it. We still want to believe it, actually. But it's very possible now, seeing that Little Dirk was arrested, that it feels like he just knew that this was all coming. And it's not just the lawsuit from Mama Duck, right? And we did a stream on that about a week ago. We spoke about Mama Duck putting in a lawsuit. She went after the security at Dolce Gabbana. She went after the medical units, basically the city, for the ambulance not getting to her son laying there, all shot up on the floor in time to deliver medical services. She went after the record labels tied in, the distribution companies tied in, of course, Little Dirk himself. And these type of civil suits, like, how can a civil suit have legs without the actual criminal charges having legs? I.e., what happened to Diddy and the Cassie civil filing, and then the federal indictment coming after. So I want to say the vibe that we had on that prior stream was that Dirk, like, if you escape this, and if you don't think that you're on the radar, you better continue to tread light. And if I'm saying it, and if we're saying it on the internet weeks or months prior to this federal indictment coming down on him, then of course he feels it. He probably feels and sees way more that's going around him than us. And people continue to think that the authorities is stupid. We said in that stream a week or two ago, we said it doesn't take a week all the time. It doesn't take a month. It doesn't take a year. Sometimes it could be years later. If your hands is that dirty and the whole internet knows, the whole public knows, then people is probably on the way sooner or later. So let's read through this article, man. Um, very unfortunate stuff. And it's wild too, because Jada Kiss just made a public statement saying that drill music is the worst genre of music. When you hear stuff like this, arguably the biggest name industry success wise to come out of the drill scene, Little Dirk, it's stuff like this that kind of loans credit to Jada Kiss's statement. Drill music. Let's read through this. U.S. rapper Little Durk arrested on murder for hire charges. Chicago rapper Little Durk has been arrested in South Florida and charged in the alleged murder for hire plot. The 32-year-old music artist, real name Dirk Banks, is widely known for founding Chicago's hip-hop group OTF, Only the Family, and his popular solo discography. He is being held without bond in Broward County Jail, according to the sheriff's record. So he's being held in Florida right now. Dirk's reported arrest comes after 5 other rappers from Chicago with alleged links to OTF. And mind you, these guys that have already been picked up, I have 3 of them in the thumbnail of this picture, but they're saying 5 of them at this point currently have been either targeted or arrested prior to Dirk, these alleged OTF members. If you go to their Instagram pages, they have OTF in their names. So we'll still say alleged, but Dirk's reported arrest comes after 5 other rappers from Chicago with alleged links to OTF. Kayvon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Bryan Lindsay, and Asa Houston have also been arrested on federal charges. A federal investigation allegedly links Dirk with a conspiracy charge regarding a murder for hire scheme targeted at rapper Quando Rondo, who was suspected of involvement in the murder of emerging rapper King Von in Atlanta 2020. Now, I don't know why they're saying suspected in involvement. We all saw the video. King Von, backed by a couple of his folks, they hop out the car. Quando Rondo and Lil Tim and King Von and his group ended up at the same club, same parking lot. King Von knows where uh Rondo is. He walks up on him, throws a punch, hits him, starts wilding on him and all that. Lil Tim, who's with Quando Rondo, gets out the car, shoots in defense of his boy. Quando Rondo shoots King Von. King Von ends up losing his life that night, along with other people that was out there in the street as well, getting shot by the police that was out there and all types of stuff. So Quando Rondo is in the middle of all this. Nobody's saying that he pulled the trigger, but he got popped on by King Von, and then his boy came out, and like the video was there. So we all know all of this already. The indictment unsealed in U.S. District Attorney in Los Angeles on Thursday. So this is all last night happening, folks. States that 2 years after King Von's murder outside the hookah lounge, the 5 alleged OTF members offered out money and music opportunities in exchange for Bowman's murder in retaliation. The music opportunity, we just heard that in the Young Dolph shooting case, right? That just went to trial, right? We just heard that. Like one of these guys was alleged, and well, actually, he was found guilty. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say alleged anymore, but he was found guilty, right? One of the shooters, one of the 2 shooters, and it was about opportunities in the music industry, right? Well, along with the money that he was supposed to be paid for the hit as well. Opportunity, it's just like a lot of desperation out there in the world, and this is what people are doing. One of those shooters from Young Dolph's shooting or murder conducted that hit on his daughter's birthday. But let's continue. uh Those named in the indictment face charges including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire resulting in death, as well as the use of carry and discharge a firearm, a machine gun, and furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. The paperwork also alleged that a credit card was used to fly the defendants out in 2022 to search for Bowman in LA, to search for Quando Rondo. So here's a timeline of the events as speculated, or I believe that this would be in the now unsealed indictment. On November 6th of 2020, King Von was murdered in Atlanta. We saw the video. We know this. Big hip hop news. August 18th, 2022, defendants flew out to California to track down Quando Rondo, who is suspected of involvement in King Von's murder, in retaliation for King Von's murder. On August 19th, 2022, the shooting takes place at a gas station along Beverly Boulevard. We saw that video too. Quando Rondo and his friend being pulled, his murdered friend, Lil Pop being pulled out of the truck. And that's where even the internet was trolling Quando Rondo for it. That's when he starts screaming, no. Little Durk trolled him for that as well in his music. But we'll talk about that more in a second. So going off of the August 19th shooting, when that takes place, Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pop, is fatally wounded. Wilson Jones, Lindsay, and Houston are flown back to Chicago. Those are the 3 of the names that were basically mentioned above that were arrested from allegedly OTF. October 24th, 2024, the indictment charging Kayvon London, Grant, DeAndre, Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Bryan Lindsay, and Asa Houston is unsealed. That's last night. Hours later, Durk is arrested in South Florida. So obviously a coordinated effort. You know, that's the feds and these arrests and these SWAT teams and whatnot. They always, move in a calculated manner like that. They'll hit certain states or certain homes at the same time. They'll try to round up everybody at the same time. You want to assume that they'll even lay on these different targets, for it could be weeks or months, so that you can try to coordinate the actual pickup or arrest at the same time, because their fear obviously is like, all right, you grab one and then 2 of them, are on the lam, and then they could alert the others. And the next thing you know, you got issues trying to keep this case together and wrap up as many of these people or your targets as possible. So it's all coordinated. Once you hear that these 5 guys, is taken down, Lil Durk is somebody that's in the public. He's not going anywhere. He had to know, like, here it comes. But like we spoke about, I believe that he knew prior to all of this. Prosecutors added that Grant then flew from Miami to LA to provide co-conspirators with guns before renting a white BMW sedan and a white Infiniti, which were used to follow Quando Rondo and his family. A shooting then took place at a gas station along Beverly Boulevard, which left Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pop, fatally injured. An unnamed co-conspirator then paid for defendants to be flown back to Chicago. Durk is awaiting transfer of custody to U.S. Marshals, signaling that federal authorities are taking over the case. He is also involved in a separate lawsuit filed on behalf of FBG Duck's family following the rapper's fatal shooting outside a Gold Coast store in 2020, locals report. Extremely unfortunate for the folks that have lost their lives in this situation. Extremely unfortunate for the OTF members. Extremely unfortunate for Lil Durk. Let's go back to even the prior stream when we was discussing Mama Duck's lawsuit against Lil Durk for the killing of FBG Duck, her son, or being involvement, so to speak. Y'all remember these lyrics from Lil Durk song with Nardo Wick, Who Wanna Smoke With Us? Who Wanna Smoke With Us? That track right here, man, what? Played it a million times. The track actually goes, but I remember some lyrics in there where it's like, yo, he addressed the sliding for Vaughn shit. Remember, sliding for Vaughn was a hashtag at one point. Sliding for Vaughn was like, it was like this internet putting this pressure out there. And it's sad to even use the word pressure. Like, King Von is gone. OTF and Lil Durk, do something. We want to see bodies drop. The whole internet. Millions of thousands of people, like in places like Reddit and Twitter and Instagram and Twitch. Slide for Von, slide for Von, slide for Von. None of these people have anything to do with this war or this beef or these individuals, and hashtag slide for Vaughn. And here comes this song with Lil Durk and Nardo Wick. And remember these lyrics? They be on my page like slide for Vaughn. I know they trolling me. Outside with y'all big homie be on. Keep all them folks with me. Got it back in blood. Y'all just don't know that's how it supposed to be. Y'all remember them lyrics? What is he talking about? This is drill rap. Everything is rapped right there for us. This is drill music. The murder. This is why it's like when they say, yo, if it's on the internet, it ain't real. This is a new era. These youngins and the drill scene, and it's not just Chicago. Drill is it's overseas and UK and London and Philly and New York, and it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even have to be a rapper, just the drill influence. People want to do things and then brag about it on the internet. They want to show it on the internet. And Lil Durk, you know, he's in his 30s. He's a grown man. He's smart. He's street smart. He's been in trouble before. He's been indicted before. He's been arrested before. He had gun charges before. Even the shooting with him and King Von, he caught a break. He got off. He got off of that. You know what I'm saying? Got away with that. But I don't want to give the impression that I'm saying the internet is the reason that he slid for Vaughn or possibly or allegedly was involved in this. But you know that element is there because he's rapping it. He's literally rapping it. I think y'all trolling me. Got it back in blood. That's how it's supposed to be. Right? Remember this video too? Right? Brick is supposedly tapped in, right? Let's bring this one up. I didn't forget about this video. I did not forget about this video. Let me refresh this for y'all.
Oh yeah,
Slide for Vaughn, right? Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why?
Can't say it anymore.
Oh yeah, because of no. Like
They
who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FVG Cash? Or who?
Nah, because
that's another one. They're basically just throwing out.
Oh, what's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more. That's the new term on like no more slide for Vaughn.
Because of Lil Pop. Now, after that incident, though.
Oh yeah,
slide for Vaughn, right?
This is the internet. This is the internet. I guess where all the streets, the internet, social media, viral clips, viral videos, viral posts, hashtags around the world talking about Slavovon. I guess all this could just be out there, and the authorities is just really that just Lordy, I don't know nothing because I don't come from that. That's not my culture. These offices, how many times are we gonna say these offices ain't filled with people that's stupid? These people like will track down all these different leads. If anything, they're more empowered than they've ever been because the internet does the job for them, right? And this is nothing. This is nothing new. This is nothing new, of course. But when you look at the Quando Rondo situation, that shooting, the lawsuit, Lil Durk, his recent positivity of, we pushing for peace. And matter of fact, tell J Main send me some whoops and all that type of stuff. And just look at it. It's just like, I'm not wishing nothing on Lil Durk, but it looks like this is a big star here. This is a big star. All due respect, Little Durk is not King Von. King Von was like a star on the come up. King Von is like he had it. He has the image, he has the story, he had the background, he had the capability, he had the talent. He had it, man. Like he is next up. You know what I'm saying? But Little Durk he's already there. He's the head. He's the money. He's the collaborating with Drake. He's the doing these huge sold out arenas and shows. He's a star, like a big industry star. Boom, just like that. All that and all the people that he's responsible for, all the people that he helps, he's grabbed and caught up in all of this. Slavovon. I saw it's speculation, but I saw talk that one of the OTF members that were grabbed were talking. People's always going to throw that out there. I'm not saying that that's confirmed. I don't know. I didn't read that piece of the indictment or nothing like that yet. There's going to be a lot more that comes out of this, of course. We'll cover it. But I did see that already getting said. And they named one of them, that he was the one that then gave the feds a little bit more of what they needed to really hit that green light and say, go, it's time. We have what we need because, their conviction rate is so high. So you could be on their radar. They could be building up that case on you. But then when they get that final nail in the coffin, it's time to go. Let's round them up. Let's go grab them. Let's go raid Diddy's cribs, like that type shit. But I guess this is just a different level when you're talking about retribution for King Von within this BD and GD war. I guess the Little Durks of the world, allegedly, or anybody that's involved in this, allegedly. This ain't that like, yo, if we ever see him or if we ever catch him in them clubs again or whatever, you're talking about skipping states. You're talking about renting cars, plane tickets, and then, all right, where do we now arm up? Where do you get the guns from now that you didn't land it and then fly back and coordinate all this stuff? It's like, maybe I do need to retract my prior statement. Maybe I do need to put more emphasis on that type of pressure coming from the internet. Here's a question that I want to leave y'all with. Do y'all feel like if nothing happened behind King Von, that Lil Durk's career would have been hurt? Think about it for a second. In hip hop, you are propelled by your realness factor. You are propelled by the validity of your story. You are propelled by the mud that you come from. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got the 50 Cent story, you could be out of here. If you've been out of, if you released from jail, if you've been shot before, if you did some shootings and got off, like I be seeing these cancel videos of the baby and they're like, yo, he got in all his trouble and he had a early shooting and they're talking about it now as a negative as far as publicity. But back then when he was on his rise, that shooting that he caught in Walmart, that self-defense, it was actually a part of it bolstered him. That's just how we treat hip hop. That's how we treat hip hop artists. So if Little Durk is a drill rap and he's got all this gang rap and all this stuff going on, and then King Von loses his life on camera, and not just loses his life on camera in a situation like where you feel like it's not even that. What I mean by when I say it's not even that, I mean like maybe, maybe like the proof dying, rest in peace, was kind of like a different example, right? We heard that that was like a side. It wasn't like caught up in some gang beef and ops and all that. Remember, people did that to Eminem back then. There was the slide for proof type of pressure on Eminem. Proof just got killed. I know M. I know you're gonna do something. I know you're gonna do something. M. Seems like M left that alone. Seems like it, right? But when you talk about an actual war, so you got the people that you're actually beefing with, right? That's why King Von got out that car and threw that punch, right? It's on camera. Those are the ones that actually took King Von's life. The pressure on Lil Durk, your whole career, your whole image, your whole reputation, the people around you that believe in you, the people around you that the killers of the murders and the wolves that's around you too, all of that. If you just be like, look, man, we getting money and damn, like we lost King Von and we gotta chill. We just gotta work and just, stay focused and stay positive and stay out of trouble and stay legal. If you take that position, what happens? Do your wolves start to eat you? Does your inner circle walk away from you? Does your friends and family start to disown you? Like you ain't gonna do nothing for Vaughn. You rapped and talk like this all these years. And this is before you get to the internet of hashtag slide for Vaughn, like that video that we just brought up with Brick Baby. This is before we get to the internet. Does Lil Durk's career just decline because nothing happens to Quando Rondo or Lil Tim or anybody around them? If you can't get the opportunity to rap the lyrics, they be slide for Vaughn. I think they trolling me. Got it back in blood. Y'all just don't know that's how it's supposed to be. If I don't get to a point where I could rap those lyrics, am I losing everything? That's crazy, man. Imagine that's the position that you're in as a drill rapper or as a rapper that has a street reputation or a street background. Are you being forced to murder? Now, we all grown men and women. You got to look in the mirror and say, there's a limit to anything that I'm willing to do that's going to sacrifice me and mine. But damn, shout out to Kiss, man. That's a very strong statement. And the timing of that statement about drill music being the worst genre of hip hop music, the timing of that now, I believe that statement came out before Lil Durk's arrest. Look at that, man. I think Lil Durk's arrest and comments like that coming from one of our GOATs, somebody like Jada Kiss, I think stuff like that makes us put it more on the table for discussion. Because we didn't see like legal entities and the government, whatever, people act like they want to attack drill music, the mayors and whatnot. Didn't Mano and a couple people in New York try to have a sit down with some younger drill rappers and the mayor from New York to try to bridge the gap? The mayor that's now, getting in trouble for all of his stuff in New York, right? But trying to bridge the gap between, right? Because drill rap is crazy in New York. It's crazy. But how do you justify it? How do like the older head, Maine or whoever, and the mayor try to get together and try to clean up? Like, nah, listen, drill, like, these young folks need a place to or means to express themselves and earn money or whatever. When we got examples like this, the indictment saying that niggas was flown out from Chicago and Florida to get to California. And let's add this element of it too. Quando Rondo. Remember when the internet was killing him for dropping his flag? You cripping in order, you were 60s and all that, right? And here you are, you try to bow down and drop your flag. Now, in the gang world, I assume that you're supposed to take everything that comes with it, right? That's why niggas don't got no respect for snitches. They like, if you want to be in that life, you got to take the consequences because we know the consequences up front. But when Quando Rondo was saying, I'm dropping my flag, and if you remember, a lot of the position that he was taking, that when he was moving out back and forth in Cali and possibly around the time when Lil Tim was killed. I'm sorry. Yeah, not Lil Tim, Lil Pop, that was with him. He was saying that niggas is rocking with the ops. Like the people that's supposed to be with me is rocking with the ops. This is all speculation, but you see this already on the internet. The internet takes and puts legs on things that are true, false, and might be in the middle, gray. But they're saying like, Quando Rondo, he's out in Cali where he's supposed to be around his cloth, right? The origins of his crippin' and his flag, and he's checking in, but possibly or allegedly these people got connects to Lil Durk and they put it to him. And then he sends the shooters like, oh, he's out here. So if you're Quando Rondo and you repping something, and if you feel, whether true or not, if you have the feeling like people that I'm tapping in with or possibly around or whatever gave the drop to Durk because he's a bigger artist or because they fuck with him more than they fuck with me, and now these people are flying out when I'm here and I'm telling people that I'm here, I'm tapping in with people, and here I go, I lose the life of one of my right-hand people. I feel like the people that's supposed to be with me is rocking with the ops. You know what? I'm bowing out. And the internet flamed him. It's almost like the J. Cole shit. It's just like he bowed out early and the internet flamed him. And then you see what happens after. You're just like, ooh. It's a reminder, like, I know there's a side of it, once again, that if this is what you choose to do, you want to be in the gang world, that you're supposed to take what comes with it. Because when other people's losing their lives, like, I ain't painting Quando Rondo as no angel. He's got whole mixtapes with Youngboy NBA. The song, that tape with him and Youngboy, the first song starts, I believe, with Lil Tim, King Von Shooter. That might be the only feature on the tape. So y'all are inciting a lot of this stuff too. Quando Rondo is not an angel to me at all. At all. But I'm just saying, when we see some of this stuff, like, I think that I'm getting away from this. Or J. Cole, like, I'm bowing out of this because he didn't know. We didn't know at the time Meet the Grams was on the way and all that shit. I think sometimes we need to fall back. Let a man choose his destiny, especially if he's trying to retract from negativity. And the internet will run wild on you. Like, nah, you're not allowed to leave the gang world. Nah, you're not allowed to leave the hip hop beef because those are your two friends. And if you think it might get thick, we got to be a little bit more falling back when people's trying to say, yo, I got to get away from this. I'm cool. I'm done. That's wild. Instead, what do? We do the hashtag Slide for Vaughn to the point where Lil Durk raps about it. And now look where he's at. Am I right? Am I wrong? Y'all give me some feedback below. We're going to continue to follow this, but it don't look good for Lil Durk at all. At all, because this is what the whole internet and the streets was saying anyway. Like, I was damn near looking at it like, yo, Lil Durk, if he escapes all of this energy, man, he's maneuvered. He's lucky. But nah, it's just time. And now he's sitting there. He got to fight this too. Sorry, it's true.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.